10 remote jobs, interview questions you have got to be ready to answer. And this will apply also for those who work in person or hybrid or just remotely, it doesn't matter. The first question that you'll be asked is, have you ever worked remote in the past? And could be no, could be yes. So if you did a side hustle or a side gig, that will be considered as a remote job that you had in the past. If you did have experience working remote in the past, then the next question would be, what remote tools have you used or softwares you have used? How did you use them? I have some information in here explaining some softwares that you can actually add the skill in your resume by knowing the software. What is your approach to maintaining effective communication and collaboration with a team? It could be through a Zoom meeting, it could be through a phone, text, or whatever that you feel comfortable having a communication done. Not everybody has communication skills, but if you do, that will be a great opportunity to answer how you do implement it. The next question is, how do you manage your time and stay organized? A lot of times when you are remote, if you do have experience, you know it, that your attention is really distracted. So you are either doing too much multitasking because nobody's observing you, nobody's watching you, or you're just not knowing what to do with your time. So staying organized is a challenging thing, but if it's a company that really wants you to be on top of the game, then you need to know how to answer that by staying organized. If you want to know the answers to all the questions that I'm going to ask right now, stay till the end. I'll tell you where to get them. How do you keep yourself motivated when working from home? So lots of times we feel exhausted, tired, don't like sitting on a computer for too long hours. This is something that you don't want to be doing, staying at home all the time and doing your work. You prefer to go outside and you're not motivated enough. Honestly, this applies also to those who go in person. How many of you dread Mondays? You just say, oh, this weekend just passed so quickly. I wish it was so long. Or you're waiting for a long weekend holiday. So you're home Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then you're back on Tuesday. What is the key to make the project successful when working with a team? Making sure that you are a team working person, that you know how important it is to have a teamwork, so you don't do everything yourself and burn yourself out doing a task, and actually knowing that you can delegate to your team and do the work efficiently that way. Tell me about a time when you do have to adapt to a change. Not everyone is flexible. So if you are flexible and you show that change does bother, but if you have no choice, you can do actually tackle anything that's on your way. And you have to be a flexible thinker, flexible with your time, and accept any challenge that you have and overcome it. Tell me about a time when you had a conflict with your coworker. You have to be very careful when answering this question. You don't want to belittle your coworker. You don't want to say negative things about your past employer, past employee. There is a technique of saying how to answer it. Most likely it's just saying that you prefer to have a team that is actually with the same mindset. It happened that sometimes the coworker is weaker in some area and you had to catch up with your task because that person is actually being in your team. I shared a story about a conflict that I had when I was a supervisor at age 19. I had a 50-year-old coworker who was very upset that I became a supervisor at a young age and giving her orders, telling her what to do. So in this case, you want to make sure that handling this kind of conflict, I had to let know my supervisor that this is actually becoming harassment and something that affects my efficiency. And we had a meeting. They had a meeting with that coworker, and they gave her a behavior plan. So that behavior is that every time she sees me, she knows to keep her comments to herself, her opinions to herself, and then there is a follow-up meeting to see how she's handling it. Because if she wouldn't have continued with that behavior plan, they would just place her in a different site, different branch. So luckily this company had really multiple locations, So that would be as a second option for that coworker. Tell me about a time when you weren't sure about how to do something. A lot of times we have problems. We cannot really handle situations. At some point you are left alone to do a task that you never done before. But if you have no choice, it is up to you now to own the leadership and make decisions. Share a scenario that happened to you that you feel comfortable saying that you didn't know, and this is what happened and this is the outcome. Like I said, wait till the end to know all the answers and where you can find them. And the last one is the most popular one. Do you have any questions for me? Let me know in the comments, how would you answer that question, that last question? Do you have any questions for me? Let me know in the comments. I would love to read it. Now, think about the concept of all these questions that the interviewer is looking for. So when they ask these questions, it's because they're looking for reliability in you, communication, independence in you, initiation, organization, collaboration, and conflict resolution. How you do fit into this whole package. If you're here staying till the end, so here is the secret where to get all the answers. I have done an episode podcast. It's the link in the description, stating the answers that you can really steal and use them at the interview. And it's in the description below. And you can actually leave me a rating stating how much was it important for you to know it. And let me know in the comments what exactly you struggled answering and how you want me to help you. Thanks for watching this video. I would love to invite you to be part of my community where you are a member as a candidate chat room. Upon joining, you will receive tons of information. You will receive templates, ebooks, products, tips, advice, strategies, and weekly emails where you can actually ace your interview, build your career from ground up, and get promoted as needed. You can also ask any questions that you want, and I will be able to answer to my members first and then to my YouTube community. The link to join is in the description. I'm going to see you in the candidate chat room forum.